Welcome again. This is Monty once again from DPL Surveillance Equipment. We're a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech sales and customer support. Thank you. We appreciate that. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. And we have perhaps the largest inventory of items that not only can you buy, but you can rent or lay away as well. Thank you. You can, as a matter of fact, you can use the rental program as a rent-to-own program or try before you buy type of program. Renters typically rent our products for like a few days, and then they decide whether or not they want to keep it or just continue renting. If they want to keep the product, they just let us know, and the product stays with them, and we just bill them or keep their deposits or collateral. If they want to continue renting, then of course they just send it back to us, and we adjust the collateral accordingly, depending upon how many weeks they actually rented the product. So you get a chance to play with state-of-the-art law enforcement grade technology, and see if you like it. And if you like it, of course, then now you know if it suits your needs. Now you know you can keep it. Okay. So this is something we pioneered. In addition to the layaway program, a lot of customers, they want to design their own creative financing program. They want to determine how much they're going to pay every month. They want to determine how long they're going to pay, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever. So they tell us, and then we charge their credit cards accordingly. And it's a very creative, economical way, very simple way to creatively finance your law enforcement grade, high technology, state-of-the-art spy gadgets. And don't forget to stop over at our video library. Watch us demonstrate bug detectors. Watch us demonstrate GPS trackers. Watch us demonstrate audio bugs, listening devices, nanny cameras, body-worn cameras. Watch us demonstrate all these products by way of the video library. Watch us act out in a cheater's type of dramatic play out where customers interviewing or talking to a technician rather, and asking all the critical questions about how to use nanny cameras, how to take care of babysitter related issues, how to take care of employee theft and type of issues in an office environment. We're acting all these things out in the video library. We pioneered that idea as well, where you get a chance to see the give and take in a cheater's movie style format, if you will. And also, while you're on this topic, take a look at the articles directory and educate yourself about what it means to intercept cell phone conversations and text messages, and find out about jamming cell phones and jamming tracking devices and blocking and all of that. Find out whether or not it's legal or not as well. So we're pushing down a significant amount of educational information to you guys, to the layman. Even a number of experts tell us that we've actually contributed significantly towards the body of knowledge when it comes to law enforcement grade counter surveillance techniques and anti-terrorist educational awareness information, active shooter related educational information. A lot of these things we touch on, and we're pushing down a lot of knowledge, a lot of educational information, a lot of information to everyone, okay? And if you have any questions, by the way, give us a call, 888-344-3742. That's 888-344-3742. We'd like to hear from you. This particular session is all about X-ray baggage scanners and explosive detectors used in airports contain major security flaws. Again, X-ray baggage scanners and explosive detectors used in airports contain major security flaws. Cybersecurity experts warn that hackers could have the ability to shut down an airport's security network with nothing more than a laptop, according to cybersecurity investigators. The cybersecurity systems are designed to keep airports secure, but security experts warn that the very technology used to keep us safe could also be the weak link for an attack. Walking by these devices and knowing how poorly secure they are, It doesn't sit well with me, said Billy Rios, RIOS, a cybersecurity researcher who makes his living finding security flaws. It's pretty bad. Probably no thought has been given to cybersecurity at all. In 2013, Rios tested machines, an X-ray baggage scanner, an explosive detector called an itemiser. By the way, the itemiser and these X-ray scanners are made by some of our competitors, and we're discovering, as I mentioned, some very significant security vulnerabilities and flaws. So there was an X-ray baggage scanner, an explosive detector called an itemiser, and a time clock found at airports throughout the world and uncovered major security flaws. Okay, Rios says the biggest vulnerability he discovered were passwords built into the software using these security systems. So anyone that knew the username and password, which we know could just log into the device and get access to an airport network, said Rios, it just takes 1 second to abuse some of the vulnerabilities that we've seen. Once in the system, Rios says a hacker could manipulate an X-ray machine to hide weapons from screeners or steal sensitive data on how to bypass security. Rios says he alerted U.S. authorities after making his discovery, which prompted the Department of Homeland Security to issue a warning about password vulnerabilities and in some explosive detection. Password vulnerabilities in some explosive detection machines. One machine Rios examined is called the itemiser. Again, you guys, this is a competing product. The company that makes itemizers says the version Rios bought was only used at foreign airports. That's no reassurance. And the company recently released an update to correct the flaw, it said. Well, just because it's only used in foreign airports, that doesn't make it any better. We value our relationships, you guys, with our foreign customers just as well as our domestic customers. So it's kind of funny that the company that manufactures the itemiser minimizes the vulnerabilities because it's shipped overseas to foreign airports. That's crazy. Rios maintains the broader concern continues at domestic airports, where he says he found 3 time clocks with vulnerable passwords. Cybersecurity strategist John Miller suspects these vulnerabilities may have already been exploited. Just so you guys know, when you manipulate time clocks and such associated with your explosive detectors, X-ray baggage scanners, etc., that may cause machines to be compromised. In other words, they would shut down and start up and do certain things, which could open up the window, for cyber attacks, for terrorists to sneak in baggage and packages during a time when the clocks were obviously manipulated and shutting down a machine or something. Okay, so that's a very serious vulnerability when you can affect time clocks associated with these machines. Now that we have extremists that are gaining these capabilities, they're going to start using information from other types of attacks we haven't seen before. It's going to be a sobering couple of years, said Miller. Miller's firm Cylance recently released allegations that a hacker group based out of Iran successfully hacked secure information throughout the world, including from airports. We were following them for 18 to 24 months, but it wasn't until we started seeing them pull things like emergency response times and information that could put the physical safety of people at harm, we knew we had to stop it, says Miller. Anyone who has a copy of the plan on how an airport or facility responds to an emergency now has a blueprint on how to beat that system, says Kenneth Honig, a former commanding officer for the police department of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Now that it's been brought out into the open, hopefully they will take steps to fix it. But it will take time, says Honig, who has 20 years leadership on the force. Officials at Transportation Security Administration and the Department of Homeland Security declined to comment on the concerns raised by Rios and Cylance. So just so you guys know, when you have these vulnerabilities built into a lot of these machines built by our competitors, it's not that easy to fix them. What you typically want to do is just give us a call and make sure you get equipment that's hardened for cybersecurity related vulnerabilities and physical security vulnerabilities at the start. The machines really should be built from the ground up to not have these vulnerabilities, okay? So moving right along. Rios hopes that by speaking out, TSA will impose more stringent requirements for manufacturers. The bar is too low, Rios said. There will always be security issues. We can't solve every single security issue, but we shouldn't have the bar so low that anybody can hack into these devices. The bar has to be a lot higher. And see, I agree with Rios. When you have high quality machines, when you're working with a manufacturer who has 30 to 40 years, supplying airports, supplying harbors, supplying post office, federal buildings, etc., you don't have to worry about these types of issues, because anybody who's in this industry should really know better, who's providing this type of equipment really should know better, okay? The company that makes the time clocks says a vulnerability in their devices have been addressed and airports can now change the passwords, Rios discovered. Okay, so this is really disconcerting in that we want to make sure that you guys understand, when you buy right, when you buy smart from the very beginning, you avoid these issues where cybersecurity is somehow relegated to being an afterthought. Again, you want to make sure the operating systems, you want to make sure passwords and usernames, you want to make sure remote access, all of these things are considered up front when the machines are made, not afterwards, because sometimes you can patch these embedded systems that have been in these airports for years and years. Sometimes you can, create patches and fixes or whatever, but these are Band-Aids. Usually you want to get equipment that doesn't have these vulnerabilities to begin with, so that you don't have to worry about how many machines that we purchase, where are they located, have people been trained and updated as far as the vulnerabilities and what to look for, what not to look for. Who knows how many terrorists and such have slipped through the airports with all sorts of explosives, narcotics, etc. So, let's make sure that you understand the significance of this. Again, X-ray baggage scanners and explosive detectors are used in airports. They're used in harbors, federal buildings, embassies, customs, all sorts of critical areas and infrastructure. And we need to make sure that we get those machines out of there and get them replaced. So give us a call, and we'll talk to you about how to use equipment that's actually going to make sure that this never happens to you. Okay, as reported by Billy Rios and the people at some of the other companies that are mentioned in this particular article. Okay, Billy Rios is a very prominent cybersecurity expert or researcher, and he has a lot of knowledge about what it means to have vulnerabilities and systems that are capable of being compromised. Okay, even the people at Silence, Mr. Miller, very, very, very knowledgeable, very, very well respected. So these guys are definitely giving us very good advice, and we need to heed the warnings before we have any issues related to cheap equipment or whatever that's put in place without any regards to how we can protect the passengers, protect the employees, protect the buildings at the same time. Okay, so we appreciate it when you guys join us in these particular sessions. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. So we appreciate it when you guys join us in these particular sessions. And as we like to say, before I forget, contact us regarding our X-ray baggage scanners, our explosive detectors, and our narcotics detectors, and we'll make sure that you get you make smart purchases the first time and the right time. Okay, so contact us immediately, 24/7, 365. Again, that's 888-344-3742. That's 888-344-3742. And as we like to say at the conclusion, I think we like to say at the conclusion of each and every podcast, we like to have you share this with a friend, relative, enemy, associate. We don't care who you share it with. Just share it with someone. Let's get the word out and help make the world a safer place. Okay, you guys have a great day. Thanks. Take care. Bye.